Welcome back. It's Ted at FireBoard Labs, and we're going to go through the oven. This is called a Reflow Oven, and this is the last stage of our surface mount assembly line. And so, just as a quick recap, we've been doing this mini-series, kind of like this little manufacturing video series that we thought people might enjoy. And this is the third one that we've done. The first one was on what we call the stencil printer, and the second one was our pick and place, and then the third one is this reflow oven. And the whole idea is just to give people an idea of, first of all, what we do here at FireBoard Labs. And we're actually doing the electronics manufacturing here in Kansas City. And this is our new headquarters. We've been here since March. So this is about 9-10 months into it. So it's still kind of new for us. We've had this existing surface mount line for about 5 years. We had this at a previous location, and then we had to forklift all this stuff over, plane it out with trucks and move it all over. So that was kind of a fun logistical process. Of course, all this equipment, I should say most of the equipment, is three-phase power, right? So anybody that's setting up like industrial machines and equipment in a space, be mindful of what power that you need. We have a type of power that's called three-phase grounded B for those electricians watching this video. And it's a really weird type of power. We're kind of in an old section of Kansas City, downtown, but even an older section. And the grounded B has 3 hot wires coming into the building. There actually is no ground, and there is no neutral off the transformer. So anyway, way into the weeds with electricity at high voltage. But the oven obviously runs on 3-phase. It uses a lot of power just to heat up all these temperature zones. And then the pick and place machine uses 3-phase power as well. The stencil printer, I think, is a single phase 220 machine. So those are really the 3 different things we have going on here. Some people will add what's called AOI, Automated Optical Inspection, and that's another machine. Potentially, we could have 2 different AOI stations. You could have an AOI that sits between the stencil printer and the pick and place machine. So it basically inspects the solder paste. So that's kind of neat, and that's pretty important. Making sure that your paste goes on is really important. And for those of you interested in that, go back and check out that video because it's pretty cool. We dig into our stencil printer. Other people will have AOI after everything just to do a final check on the finished product after it comes out of the oven. So today we're really digging into, this is a BTU brand, and this is a company out of Massachusetts, if I remember right. We bought this particular oven used, and the advice was, when we looked into getting into surface mount and doing our own manufacturing, the advice was, get a really nice new pick and place machine if you can. And again, that's our second video. We went through the whole Juki RS1 that we have. And then they said, if you can find a really high quality oven, but if you find it used, that's fine. And so the BTU is a really solid product. I mean, they make a great oven, they support it, they continue to support it. We've had it for 5 years, but I think this came from electronics manufacturer down in Arizona, I think is where we bought it, so it came used. There's all sorts of stuff. If you dig into this, it's kind of fun. There's panels that slide away. There's actually, here's a computer that kind of runs the control system. You have oil that actually self-oils. You can run an oil program, so all the chain drive that kind of flows through the board, it self-oils using that. And you can kind of see the conveyor system is really a chain, because obviously things get so hot, you have to have just a metal chain. One cool thing, we can lift up the hood. So this particular oven is an 8-zone oven. And if you think about reflowing a board, and it's always going to throw an alarm here, we can just make that be quiet. But what's cool is, it slowly will heat the board over these 8 different stages. And so you have a top side heater. Actually, you have 16 really, because you have 8 on the top and 8 on the bottom. So it's kind of neat that you buy an oven, but it really has 16 different zones where you can control the temperature. So pretty amazing. You can kind of see as this slowly starts opening. A little hard to see, but you've got basically each one of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you've got 8 different heaters here, and you can kind of see, so there's heat coming out when we have this thing on, coming out essentially from here, and there's holes and there's blowers that are blowing the hot air down from basically these heating elements. And then each one of, here's where the thermocouple actually is, for reading the temperature of whatever this zone actually is. And then there's the bottom side heaters as well. So essentially it sandwiches the board so you can evenly heat all the way through. And then of course the conveyor with this chain drive is going all the way through. And then the very last stage, and this does not open on a motor, it's really heavy, but this is a cooling stage. This comes out of the hottest zone. So it's essentially a 9th zone, but it really just cools with ambient air before it comes out of the actual oven. And then the other thing that you can tell, there's 2 exhaust pipes. And that's the other thing if you're thinking about facilities and planning, if you're thinking about getting into circuit board assembly. The 2 main things I would say would be power and then ventilation. And so what we did is we basically piped, I think these are 300 CFM each. I think they're maybe 6-inch pipes going up. And then that goes into a central kind of exhaust. And then that goes up to a rooftop blower, typical type of thing that you'd see at the restaurant where it just kind of blows. I think it's just a downward blow, but anyway, it's pretty amazing. I mean, there's a ton of CFM flowing through here. So I'm going to close this. I'm going to try to turn this guy on real quick, and we'll kind of walk you through what's happening with the software. This is probably one of the simplest machines, but it's also one of the most important, because what we have to do is make sure the beginning of this machine, essentially the board hasn't been soldered yet. All you have is paste. And so the paste has to be flowed slowly going up to temperature, and then it essentially becomes liquid. So we call that reflow. So essentially you flow what was like a solid paste into actual liquid. Then of course all the components that are sitting on the surface, sitting on top of that paste, essentially become soldered on at that point. And I guess you could kind of say this is where the magic happens, right? This is actually where the soldering takes place. What I can do here, I can go up here and I can choose the program that I want to run, and then I can start this oven up. And it'll start, so here's each of the zones, 1 through 8, and you can see your set point temperature. We go all the way from 85 Celsius up to 260 Celsius. And obviously that's pretty warm, but it's only that last stage. And so what you want to do is you want to minimize the amount of time where the board is in that extremely hot range. All the components on the board have a rated capacity for heat and their recommendations. So I can start to feed a board in, and you can just kind of see how slowly that moves, because all we're wanting to do, and you can set the speed of the conveyor too, right? So each program for each board may be slightly different depending on how much heat it really needs. This is a bigger board, so we'll actually slow it down a little bit, and so it's going to take more heat and more time to soak in and absorb that heat. And if that board doesn't have any components on it right now, but usually once all the components are placed, there's a lot of stuff on that board, so it takes more time. Anyway, this will progress through. And I would say this particular program probably takes about, I would say 4 minutes, 5 minutes to run all the way through the oven. And by the time it gets through there, you can pick it up. It's actually pretty warm, but you can pick it up in your hands and you can visually inspect. So it's pretty exciting when you go through this whole process. You design the program, you test the program, you place all the components on the board. Of course, that's after doing all the design work. We probably would get into that with a separate little video series talking about how you design this board. And then at the end of this process, at the end of this oven, you end up with an actual board, that's shiny to the touch. You see all the components that are actually soldered on there, which is pretty exciting. Anyway, this is a neat process. We wanted to show you guys a little bit kind of under the hood literally of kind of what's going on here with the reflow oven. So happy you can join us with this little series. Check out all of our videos of manufacturing. Stay tuned. Thanks.